Hey guys. Oops. Right over here. Yep. That is better. Hey, what's up? So story time. How I, a little boy from Jamaica, decided to come to the US to study music. And mind you, this was not something that I always wanted to do. Like photography and videography. Like a lot of people think that's what I'm studying or that's what I'm in school for. I get asked that question a lot. No. I came to school to pursue music. Now in my community, they weren't. I was one of the only musicians. Started off playing keys. Of course, I sang at church and stuff. My mom's a pastor, so I grew up in church. So I was always involved in music, but I was one of the only ones. I felt very alone. So in feeling very alone, and loving music, in Jamaica, the only school you could go to for music is really Edna Manley School of Music, right? School of Performing Arts. But my sister was in school at the time, so it was, of course, school is expensive. So I'm just like, how am I gonna go to school while my sister's in school? Like that's gonna be a lot of our parents, of course. I came to the US on summer break that semester, I think, before my final year in pre-college. That's sixth form, we call it in Jamaica. So I came, and my friend came over to this campus. She applied for a job over here. She wanted to change jobs. I think she wanted something that's close to her daughter. So she came over for an interview. I saw this guy called Mr. Trevor Lewis. I love that man. Mr. Trevor Lewis. That man literally helped me to sign up for college. He just gave me the application. He walked me through the process and everything. But to make the story shorter, I applied that day. Went back to Jamaica, forgot about it. Listen, I forget everything about that day. I forget to me sign up. I forget to me write my name on a piece of paper saying I want to come to this place. Literally forget. But yeah, I went home and I started teaching at a primary school, my old primary school. Was part-time. Started teaching there like music and stuff like that, assisting teachers and stuff. For the most part, it was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I didn't see myself leaving there, anytime soon. I was like, all right, I'll teach for a while, then I'll save some money and like probably go to college when I have enough money. So I was just really living life on autopilot. Then I found myself coming from school one day, just checking my emails, randomly. There's nothing to check because I wasn't applying for anything because, I had to wait till I saved enough money to go to college. I saw an email from FMU. I'm like, FMU? What's FMU? You've been accepted. I'm like, accepted? Like, in a way, nobody accepted. Accepted what? It's weird. For who? So I found myself being accepted. Hush. My head scratch me. Anyways, I find myself calling my mom and my sister. So I called them. I'm like, Mom, give my email. I say, excuse me. So I call Mom and say, make my email say me accepted for college. I'm like, what am I talking about? What kind of accepted? For what? Where? I ain't planning to go to no college. And she's like, what? So did you apply? I'm like, I think I did. I think they accepted me. I'm like, she's like, for real? I'm like, yes. I called my sister and I sent an email to her and she was like, yes, you're accepted for real. Because I wasn't sure. I thought it was just like a scam or something. You know what I'm saying? So I called them. I was excited. I was like, I can't believe this. So I went home and it was just like, man, this happened for real. I actually got accepted to university. But not just a university in the US. And I'm just like, yo, that's crazy because I didn't expect to be accepted. And it's crazy because a lot of times in life we cannot put ourselves out of the mix based on our own, how we view ourselves. What do you look in the mirror and what do you see? Because mind you, I'm a small guy from Jamaica no defining features. I'm just, nice black skin. You understand? Real Jamaican man. But I'm saying, like, I wasn't a superstar. I wasn't like, super talented in any way. But I felt like I liked what I do. I put a lot of passion into it. So to be accepted, it was just like, oh wow, I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? But a lot of us do that to ourselves. We're like, oh man, you kind of disqualify yourself before you even qualify. Before the results come out, you're like, I don't think they'll choose me. Nah, that's wrong. Just let y'all know, don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop telling yourself no. Stop telling yourself that you can't do it, because you never know. Okay, back to the story. So I got accepted. I told my mom I'm coming to college. She's like, well, it's gonna be expensive. I'm like, God's gonna make a way, don't worry. You know what I mean? We believe in God over here. We believe in God over here. Not just for the fake, for the real. For the real. I prayed about it, of course. I told myself like, I am going to not pressure my parents or my sister. Like, I'm not gonna, like, hey, I want to go. Cut action. Anyways, I told myself I'm not gonna pressure my parents. I'm not gonna pressure them into, oh, I want to go to college, I want to do this, I want to do that. Please, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? I told myself I'm gonna talk to God about it. I'm gonna go in faith. When I came here with $75 in my pocket. $75 in my pocket. Because that's all I could afford. For me, my sister was in college. My parents were still working at the time to make sure she gets to college, and she graduated now. You feel me? They did their big one. My sister, she did her big one, and I'm saying very proud of her. So out of college, she's okay. Thanking God for that. But I came to college that year not knowing how I was going to pay for my school fees, not knowing how I was going to, make it through college. It's not like I came here without a plan, and not having a plan can be mistaken with you being unprepared. It's not that. I just had a lot of faith, and this is where the argument between not having a plan and having faith stops with people who don't believe, right, and people who are believers. I believe that God was going to make a way for me. So, I'm going to actually get into nitty-gritty, but I'm going to wait. That's for another video, because I do want to explain my experience being here from my first year, just coming here with $75 in my pocket, and now I'm in my senior year. I'm about to graduate this December, walk next May, and I'm very, very grateful. And I can tell you it's only because of God. I got in a car accident while I was here. So many things happen. I'm going to explain in another video. But just seeing my life, change from just this little boy from Jamaica, coming to America to a HBCU. I didn't know what the HBCU is. I didn't know this was a private college campus. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know the expenses that came with it. I didn't understand, the demographic. I didn't understand the change of culture. I didn't understand how to navigate this space as a Jamaican. Not just as a Jamaican, but to navigate the space as an international student. The disadvantages and the advantages that I have here, how people viewed me, how I was going to make money, of course. As an international student, you're not allowed to necessarily work in the US. Stuff like that. There's a lot that came with it that I wasn't prepared for. And just making friends, the culture difference, the culture shock. Just being functional in college, having good grades, staying on top of things, finding somewhere to live. All those things are literally parts in my story that are not say unique to me, but they are unique to me. And I'm sure a lot of international students out there have been through stuff like this before, but I'm really grateful for the journey that I have. I'm coming here to the US, not giving up per se, not giving up on my dreams, not giving up on my goals, and really pushing. I'm a black man in today's 21st century. It's 20th century is like, I don't know. It's hard for us to, and I could say when I came here and I started my classes were pretty hard. They're different from my level. I've never had any kind of musical training before, no. So I've literally had to do a lot of work behind. I've never had any musical training prior to coming to my university to study music, right? So I came into college not having any musical background like kids here from high school. They're in band. They started teaching them, started learning music. So I had to start from scratch, ground zero. So I found myself a lot behind in class sometimes. I'm not really scared to talk about it because in high school I was head boy in high school. So your boys, he had brains. You know what I mean? I was student council president in high school back in Jamaica. I was choir president, you know what I mean? Still love music. So I really found myself loving what I do and very passionate about it, but I didn't have as much musical background as the kids here. Because in high school here, the culture is you're in band in high school, and then you transition to band here. That means you learn sheet music, you learn to write, you learn to, you know what I mean? And prior to coming here, I just picked up the bass, you know what I mean? I always play keys when I'm in Jamaica and low drums and I sing, as I said before. But I've just picked up bass. I was struggling to start bass. I used to get cussed out a lot in choir. Not cussed out by my professor or nothing like that. It's just like the guys, they were like, yo, you need to learn this music, man. You know what I mean? You're behind. You're falling behind. And I'm just like, yeah, I know. Like, you gotta tell me, man. I think when I told them that I just picked up bass, they were shocked because they're like, bro, you don't sound like someone who just picked up bass. We just thought you didn't practice. I'm like, no, bro, I'm practicing, but I'm still trying to learn like the right finger positions at the same time as trying to learn the song. Like we were doing Kirk Franklin songs like in our first semester. I was just learning bass, literally. So I kind of had to sit down a lot, and like really dig into my music and dig into learning. And even now, I find myself, I'm still pushing. I'm still like in my senior year. Like I have recitals this semester. I have like my hardest class this semester, and I'm really, really pushing. But it's finding myself pushing, past like, okay, this is what you can do, but no, you have more you can actually do. Like, yes, it's hard, but you can do it. You know what I mean? Yes, it's hard, but you can do it. So that's the musical side of stuff, I found myself gigging a lot since I've been here. I found myself playing at different churches. I've had the opportunity to sing with like Miranda. I've sang back up with her with my good friend Eden. This coming October, I should be the MD for a conference they're having out here in Miami, featuring Phil Thompson. If I'm getting the name right, Phil Thompson? Yes, Phil Thompson. Yeah, a couple of my friends were doing backup for him, and I have a couple of musician friends who are coming in. So I'm really grateful for where God is taking me music-wise. I've had the opportunity to graduate, I always say graduate. It's not graduate. I've had the opportunity to actually get certified from New York University. It was this online program by NYC Tisch School of Performing Arts. It was really, really good. It's Clive Davis School of Performing Arts. It was really good. I loved it. I absolutely loved my experience. It taught me so much about music production, and I delved into the whole production world. Ableton is my DAW. You know what I mean? If you love Ableton, put your hands up. Whoop, whoop. I love Ableton Live. Now I produce everything in Ableton Live. I do want to keep producing in the future, but it has helped me to become a better musician, helped me to really open up my ears and just listen and hear new things. And as I play, being able to document, my musical expression in digital form. So I became very, very good. Not very, very good. I became good, man. I said very good. You know what I mean? Because I'm still, still learning. But I became very well good at, producing audio for different stuff. When the president came to the university, they played Lift Every Voice and Sing, but that was my recording of my homeboy playing it on the piano, Lift Every Voice and Sing, because they didn't have the keyboard and stuff out, so we recorded it. And the choir sang that when the president came to the university. I think it was Joe Biden at the time, came to the university. So I feel like, my music has been heard. You know what I mean? Yeah, my music has been heard. Yeah, you probably heard, I'm going to try to put something more in the future. I'm going to put some more stuff out in the future. I promise. So this whole world of going forward, this whole world of photography and videography and recording content, where did that come from? I don't know. I didn't grow up loving film, and I just stumbled on it one day. I'm joking. So my choir director, her husband, he is a Sony ambassador. So he came to school to record. I think it was a piece for her, and I looked at that camera screen, and what I saw, guys. Oh my God! Listen, mind you, this was in my band room where we practiced. This band room has the ugliest lights. The lighting is terrible. I don't know what he did, but when I walked, what I saw outside was not what. Bruh, I don't know what to say. What I saw on that camera screen is not what I saw in the outside world. It looked totally different. It looked like it was so butter. And I think at that time it was the A7 III, the Sony A7 III. That was the name of the camera. Listen, that camera looked so good. I don't know what he did. Like she looked better in every way. The screen just looked, I don't know. Listen, I fell in love with that camera instantly. I'm like, bro, what is this? I don't think it was even a camera. It's just why does it look so good? It's not better. It looked better. I'm sorry. It made the world look better. So I was like, bro, I want to learn how to do that. I don't care how or who you are. I don't even know. I'm like, sir, teach me. Please, teach me. Teach me. And I feel like after the shoot, I had some questions, and I'm like, excuse me, sir. So after the shoot, sorry. So after the shoot, I asked him some questions. I'm like, okay, what type of camera is that? He was explaining a lot. He's like, okay, this, and this. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I would love to like work with you. Like I would love to explore this, because this is really nice. It's cool. And mind you, this was when I was getting into just exploring videos, and why I say videos is music videos, because I like producing. So I was like, I might want to shoot a music video one day. You know what I'm saying? So I started looking at cameras, and I'm like, it's cool. But when I saw him and how he did his thing, I'm like, bro, this is next level. Like, what is this? You know what I mean? And he didn't seem like a music video guy. He seemed like this was his work. And he's like, oh yeah, I work for Sony. I'm like, oh, the company Sony? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And he was like, yeah, I could show you some stuff. He was very, very, very nice. And it was amazing to see how welcoming he was and very warm. You know what I mean? So he actually allowed me to borrow one of his cameras for the summer, that following summer after that semester. And listen, I would call that man. Sometimes he didn't even answer my phone. I would ask Dr. J, that's my professor, like, listen, I wanna talk to him about this to the camera and this, and she was like, no, he'll call you back. I was on this man, okay. I was like, sir, please. He had Zoom calls. I would get on Zoom calls. I would watch. I get a book. I would write down everything he's saying. I probably wrote down every word that came out of his mouth, even when it was stuff just saying hello. I would write hello. But like, I'm just saying, I had such a hunger to learn from him because I saw his work, and I saw his work as professional. I saw his work as something I've never seen before. Like, I've seen movies and but what he was showing me was very, very, very good. And at that time, I just had the idea like, oh, I could do this. Sorry. So at the time, I was like, okay. He lent me his camera for the summer, and I started using the camera. I started getting it better. I started asking him a lot of questions. Then fast forward, he told me to get my own camera. I'm like, no, why would I get my own camera? He's like, no, just get a camera. I'm like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why? He's like, no, like, you should get your own camera because now you could take your own pictures. And when I don't have my camera, when I need my camera, you're not without a camera, you have your own. And this is a good camera. I feel like based on the work that I'm seeing you're doing, you could literally like pick this up for real. I'm like, okay. Question mark. But I feel like that's when J Productions was birthed. Okay, not too much. That's when it clicked. I'm like, you're right. I can do this for real. What's stopping me, Like, there's nothing stopping me from doing this for real. Like, so I got my first credit card, and I purchased a camera, the Sony A7 IV. Listen, best purchase of my life. Where's that camera? I gotta show you. Where's this thing? Oh, camera, where are you? Camera. Why I can't find my camera? Is it over there? No. I'm not irresponsible, I promise. Oh. So, I got myself this bad boy, the Sony A7 IV, and I got myself a 70-200 lens. This started off my career in photography and videography. I am very, very, very grateful for that moment because it was a push, and I feel like in life, everyone gives you that push. Not everyone. I feel like in life, you're gonna have that one person that sets you on this path, or that one person will tell you, hey, you know what, try this. I feel like you're very good at this, try this. Or I feel like there's always one person, and God sends them. I feel like they're called destiny helpers that just pushes, just give you a little nudge and just kind of push you on your path. Literally, or just nudge you in the right direction. Like, why don't you try this? I have done a gazillion, trillion, gamillion shoots with this. Well, not this specific one, but the one I'm looking for, I can't find. We're not going to talk about it because I'm mad. I don't know where it is. Anyways, I got this camera and this lens, and my life changed. I got this camera and this lens, and my life changed. Now, literally, my life changed. Yeah, I feel like that's just God, Yeah. Because he provided an instrument that he allowed me to be good at, and he also, he helped me to learn, and he provided people that could teach me, and people could allow me to express myself, Because the first image I sent to him, he told me, nah, you probably got to delete that. He said he didn't like it, and I didn't even take offense to that, because he was like, I know you could do better, like. Based on what I'm showing you, or what I've seen you can do, like the questions you ask, what to do. You could take better pictures. Like having a mentor like that is definitely a God. And this is someone from Sony. Like, he's literally a Sony ambassador. The people who make the camera. There's no questions I could ask him that he can't answer. So I'm just extremely grateful that I was able to have a mentor like that, and someone who could literally push me to be better in every way. You know what I mean? So now I'm on a journey where I'm literally, shooting, and I'm still in school, so I can't shoot as much as I want. I can't wait till I leave school until I can, shoot as much as I want. But I owe it all to God. Giving me, music, my love, my first love. Putting this instrument in my hand, and I've used this for His glory so many times. I've used this to lift up His kingdom, and I want to keep doing that. I want to make money with this as a business. I want to push myself. I want to, You know what I mean? See where I could go, how far I could go. So I feel like I'm on this journey, you know, as, you know, this young guy out of Jamaica, you know, love for music, found this love for media, photography, videography. Yeah, and I have a lot more stories to tell. I hope you guys come on this journey with me. Thank you for listening to my story. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make more. I told myself I want to do this YouTube thing. I want to do it more often and make it more, you know, solid. I don't necessarily want it to be perfect, because nothing is perfect in this world. And I've done professional pictures and videos for people all the time. But like, when it comes down to me, you know, I'm always like, it don't matter. I'll try, you know, to do it, fix it, and make it look good. Some videos will look more professional than some, but I want to at least keep something going. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, thank you for being here with me, guys, and, you know, dealing with my craziness. Until next time, please like, subscribe, drop a like button. If you don't drop a like button, wait, what's the drop a like button? No. One more time. Please like and subscribe, and make sure you press the like button. Is there a like button? No. Let's do it. Please like. Make sure you like and subscribe to this. Make sure you like this video, share it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That was better, right? That was better. Yeah. Anyways, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and there's gonna be another one. I think I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah. No. I'll put it right here. Click this video. Watch the next one. Yes. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be putting a lot of my work on here, so y'all could see some of the stuff that I film. Like, I'm doing it in real life. Y'all could see my progress in real life. Like, I'm posting my content, like the stuff I do for my school, and the stuff I do in my personal life, like the projects and stuff that I'm allowed to post, that the clients let me post. I am posting them, okay? So you could see my work real time. But yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Mama said.